I'm Brittany Dent.
And I'm Jason Williams. Our top story tonight, the city of Ferguson, Missouri has unveiled a new slogan. Ferguson. At least we're not Staten Island. Not to be outdone, Staten Island announced a new slogan of its own. Staten Island. We're like Mississippi used to be.
Following the choking death of Eric Garner while being arrested for selling loose cigarettes, the Surgeon General issued a proposal that would require white cops patrolling black neighborhoods to wear a warning label.
Yeah, need that. All right. During an appearance on Meet the Press, former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani defended the police by pointing out that 93% of murdered blacks are killed by other blacks, which might be a compelling argument if 100% of white cops who murder unarmed blacks didn't get away with it 100% of the time.
Civil rights demonstrators have blocked rush hour traffic at some of the nation's busiest intersections because apparently pissing off already pissed off people with even more traffic is somehow a political strategy. Although in the protesters' defense, how effective of a political strategy should we really expect from a movement led by Al Sharpton?
In other national news, the Senate released a report detailing allegations that the CIA spent over $300 million on a program to torture terror suspects. The $300 million price tag has angered fiscal conservatives who point out that for a couple of $100, you can hire someone to commit torture off of Craigslist.
Good news, everyone!
What the fuck?
Good news, everybody.
That's terrible.
Among the torture techniques revealed in the Senate report is the forced feeding of prisoners by shoving mashed food up their sphincters. The idea for this particular technique is believed to come from torture advocates who got hungry while they had their heads up their asses.
Think about it for a minute.
It's the visual. You gotta look at the visual. According to the report, force feeding food up people's asses was not an effective tool for extracting information because shoving something up an ass is the exact opposite of extraction.
Although ingesting food up the ass spelled as an intelligence tool, it may explain the words that come out of Senator Ted Cruz's mouth.
The CIA denies the report's allegations and is accusing the Senate of lying, but the Senate stands by their report accusing the CIA of lying, which is confusing to most people who always assume that both the Senate and the CIA are always lying. Meanwhile, defenders of the CIA's torture program argue that torturing suspects yields information that will prevent an impending catastrophic terrorist attack, the likes of which we can only imagine, because some people take the show 24 way too seriously.
In international news, a currency crisis recently ravaged Russia, rendering the Russian ruble to relative rubble. Thank you, Mr. Person, for correcting me. I went to college. We would like to report in more depth on this story, but unfortunately, none of us have any idea how currency markets work.
The Russian financial crisis should come as no surprise after years of photographs showing that Russian President Vladimir Putin can't afford to buy a shirt.
The normalization of relations with Cuba has many Americans excited by the possibility of obtaining Cuban rum and cigars, while many Cubans are excited by the possibility of obtaining food.
As part of the deal to normalize relations with Cuba, America released 2 detained Cuban spies in exchange for the release of an American aid worker. This led to a protest by anti-Castro Americans who applauded the Americans' release while being outraged by the release of the Cuban spies because they don't understand how cause and effect works.
In news out of Hollywood, the hackers who broke into Sony Productions' computer system have released a full-length script of a not yet released James Bond movie, ruining the movie's ending for people who are too stupid to figure out how a James Bond movie is going to end. I think he's going to get out of it. The hackers also released a series of emails that suggest that Angelina Jolie is an egotistical bitch, ruining her reputation amongst people who are too stupid to figure out that Angelina Jolie is an egotistical bitch.
This makes the Sony hacker scandal the largest revelation of things everybody already knew, since Edward Snowden revealed that the NSA spies on people. Did you not?
While many experts believe that North Korea is to blame for the hacking of Sony computers, other experts remain skeptical of the idea that North Korea even owns a computer.
The Vatican announced an investigation into allegations that American nuns are too liberal. Wait, are they really accusing nuns of being too liberal? Said everyone who ever attended Catholic school.
McDonald's announced a pilot program that allows customers to build their own burger by customizing toppings. Although the program offers a wide variety of flavors, the one flavor that's still missing is edible beef. Supersize it.
Incidents of sexual assault on college campuses are expected to drop dramatically this spring due to the cancellation of numerous commencement addresses usually delivered by Bill Cosby.
In holiday news, tonight marks the 5th night of Hanukkah, which is at least 3 more nights than most Jews actually celebrate.
And finally, an investigation into Kwanzaa has confirmed that the so-called holiday is really just an elaborate joke created by black people to make white people feel uncomfortable.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.